Hello again, welcome back to the series on how to draw iconic movie characters. Now if you haven't already, please subscribe, that would be fabulous, thank you very much. And of course if you want to know what's coming up next, well, ring that little bell icon. Okay, now the iconic character today is one of the most famous of recent years, and that's Harry Potter. And I'm going to draw him with his arm flung out, with his wand, and a great bout of flame bursting from it, you know, he's creating a spell. And what I want to do is draw him slightly sideways on, so the head shape is going to be like this. Not quite 3/4, but almost, you know, chin down to there, big oval shape like that. And the angle of his eyes will be like that, just slightly off centre, and his nose coming down there. Okay, so let's start off with the eyebrows. Quite thick eyebrows. So now these are slightly arched up like that, quite broad. Okay, it's above the eyes there, and this one too. Now the eyes themselves are really quite expressive and open. So we start just below the corner of the eyebrow here, then make sure your top curve is really quite round like that, okay? And the bottom too, nice big curve there. And when you put the pupil in, give it a little gap and draw the pupil in, like touching the top and bottom there, okay? The other eye on that line there, start from over there. Nice big curve. And same here. And leave a gap and put his other eye in there, okay? Now the eyelid, you'll see, is a crease just above the eye, like that, okay? And then of course we have the iconic glasses, spectacles coming in, big round spectacles like that. One there, another one coming in about there, okay? Now the nose, quite straight, come down to that. The bottom, slightly curved, and fairly wide nostrils, you know, splayed like that because of this particular expression, you know, he's really quite angry, I think, as well, you know. Probably battling Voldemort. That comes in there like that. And then there's the little indentation in his top lip. And his mouth is has quite a kind of curve there in the middle. Quite, I used to call it a Cupid's bow. But it's a very bow shape. See that, like that? Comes up, come down, and then the bottom of his mouth slightly curved in and then out and round. And his bottom lip coming in there like that. And then you see his lower teeth, not the top one just now, just in there. And it's quite a square chin coming up. And very pronounced cheekbones. Quite a square jaw coming down from here like that. Coming across. And then going up. You see the other ear appearing in there. This ear here is about there. Slightly elfin, his ear shape, I say. It's up there almost like a point like that. Quite distinct features. And the glasses come in there. And of course his hair. When you're drawing it, I would just use your pencil strokes to suggest the actual where the hair falls, like that. Here, over his forehead like that. Okay. And then down like that on that side. You've got to be quite high on that side like that. I'll draw that in properly later. And it goes down behind his ear. And like that, okay? And then his neck is just twisting round, you know, with his right arm stretched out. And you see his jacket collar coming up there, whipping out. And then imagine the shoulder here just coming down from the back of the neck and coming up there, the collar, the shoulder rucked up a bit on his jacket. Then all these wrinkles on his arm coming up like that. And there's the position of his arm going up. See that? See that's the sense of the, you know, the forward thrust of his arm there. Come right up to his hand, which is grasping his wand. So what you see is his thumb first of all. You get a couple of bends there, and the end of his thumb, like that. Okay, and then the first finger comes around. That curls around quite sharply, like that. But you see the nail there. But this one sticks out more than the other few fingers because other fingers are wrapped more around the wand. So basically, you get these other fingers coming up like that, and then double it back underneath his thumb shape there, like that. Okay, and the wand is in here, and sticks out like that. And then we have the white hot center of it, almost like an oxyacetylene torch flame up like that, and then the outside shape coming like that. Blasting out. Okay, excellent. Right, now let's put the rest of the jacket in quickly before I get the pen. And the seam of his arm would be there, and he's got this slight angle here, you know. So all these kind of creases will be kind of going down that way. And then the zip of his jacket coming up there with a couple of wrinkles. And there's a pocket here, like that. And then the other collar of his jacket kind of flies out this way. Okay, there's the opening of his t-shirt underneath there. That comes down to the zip, which is kind of there. And a little bit of his jacket there, it's kind of open. And then you see the other part of this part on the other side appearing about there with the pocket there, and you get this slightly angle coming down this way this time. See this thrust of the figure, and really accentuates that hand that's been thrown out there. Okay, so there we have a rough sketch of the figure, and I've got a pen now, and we'll ink in and put some details on. Okay, I have a 0.8 pen now. I'm going to start with the eyebrows. So that you can use short strokes like that. They're quite distinct eyebrows, quite strong. This one coming up to a point, and coming down over the side of his forehead there. Okay, like that. I'll beef that up a bit more. Like that, okay. Now let's go down to the eyes. Up at the side of the nice big curve. Like that. And a little corner of the eye comes in like that, and then a curve underneath. And we put the pupil in. It touches top and bottom there. And the center, we'll leave the highlight above that, and we're putting in the middle area here with a grey pen, okay? Same with this one, little point there. And you get your curve. Nice big full curve. And another one there. A little line underneath the eye there. And again, this pupil, top to bottom. Like that, in the center of the eye, maybe a highlight, like that, okay? And then, of course, we have the eyelid, quite pronounced, there, and there. Okay, now the glasses of the bridge of the nose there, and then this big curve coming in here. The iconic specs of Harry, like that, going in there, and then the other one coming in there. Just thicken it up very slightly, like that, okay? And then we have a very light line just under his eye there, like that. And then another line there, okay? And then we have the end of the glasses coming in like that. Right, okay, the nose, just a bit of a shading down here, very light. And then split out to the flared nostrils. Quite open shapes like that. Okay. And a slight line in the middle, coming underneath there like that. I'll just shade that in just now. Okay, and then a slight indentation is top lip. And then a nice curve. The bow-shaped curve of his mouth. Like that. And the bottom lip is then curving and curving up and curving over there. And we're kind of three curves there. Like that, okay? Now a little bit of shading underneath. Just a little bit there, okay? And then you'll see his bottom teeth just appearing in here like that, okay? Now let's move up to the hair. Very tousle look to the hair, of course. Goes over his forehead. So we'll start with this lock here, which comes down and a curve like that. The next one comes in just behind it there. Lots of little strokes together, you know. And then one goes across the way. Maybe one coming in underneath there. And one kind of springing out from the top. Like that. Okay, and just make sure your pen lines follow the shape of where the hair would fall. Okay, I'll continue to do that. Alright, I'm just moving down here towards his ear. Hair goes between his ear, behind his ear rather. I made this rather too long here, so I've shortened it a bit. And still goes up to a point here, like that. And the inside of his ear there. And these parts coming around like that. Okay, and the hair disappearing just behind his ear there. Coming down there, and his neck, quite a strong neck, disappears just below the lobe here. On a curve like that. Okay, and again, very strong jawline here. And a square chin. Then out slightly, then up to the other cheekbone there, okay? And then we have the lines of the neck as it turns around the muscles of the neck. So we can just shade them in, again, in a very kind of sketchy fashion. Lots of lines together like that, okay? Now we can start to put in the jacket. Comes in more of a curve there. That line follows that up there. And the front, which comes down, right down here to the zip in there. And then we have this part of the jacket collar kind of swinging out, with a kind of crease in it, like that. And then his shoulder. I'm following the lines of the creases that I indicated earlier. There'll be a lot more creases, of course, you know, folds in the cloth and so on like that, which I'll put in as I go around, okay? But basically what I'm going to do is just going to ink in the pencil lines that I've drawn there. So I'll do that, I'll catch you when I'm finished. Right, I've inked in all of those pencil outlines that I've done. Okay, and I'm going to start to put in a bit more of the creases in his jacket here and shade them in. I've drawn some already, as you can see. I'll just add a couple more. And come down here. And again, I'm using just very short pencil strokes to suggest the shading there. Bit of shading in between those bits. You leave the top parts light and shade in on the underside like that. Okay. And of course, as this is an impressionistic kind of drawing, I want to get a sense of liveliness to it. Not too photographic, you know. And for instance, if you want to get the shadow under here, what you can do is use lots of lines like that follow the contour of the arm. Coming up like that. Okay. And then you can go across all of those lines as well. Get a bit of liveliness into your drawing. Like that. And a bit more shading under here, under the fingers. And some light pen strokes. I'll be putting grey in later, maybe even up the underside of the wand here. Lots of little short strokes. Like that. Okay, then a bit of shading, bit of shadow under the collar here. Coming down, like that, and some under here. A bit more in this bit. And the collar's kind of doubled over. And a few more of these wrinkles as he lifts his arm and he gets the fold of the cloth, you know. Like that. Don't be afraid to be quite bold, you know, with your shading. If it's too much, you can always get the processed white rather, or, you know, Tipex if you want to use that, and just go over it again. Wait till it dries and then redraw it. So as I say, don't be afraid to put lots of nice bold shading in. And under here. And down this side here. Excellent. Right, maybe a little bit of shading here, and just coming in like that. Maybe underneath the cheekbone here. Give it a delicate line coming down there. Maybe in there. Maybe a touch more there. And of course, then here, that's black. Like that. Excellent. Right. Now I'll get the grey pen and we'll touch on the middle tones. Okay, here's a grey pen and we'll start with the eyes. Just touch in this middle part here. Leave the highlight. Okay. And then of course underneath there you get a nice bit of shading. And the side of his nose slightly. And a little bit under his eye here. And then around here as well. A little bit under here. And a little bit here as well, just outside the frame of the glasses there. Okay. You touch there. Maybe even a couple of touches up here in the hair. Take out some of the highlights. Not too many, that'll be enough. And then maybe a touch of grey around the cheekbone here. As he is quite a strongly delineated face, Harry Potter, very strong. Quite a shading under here. And a bit of shading around the cheekbone here. Excellent. And some shading. And actually go with the black with your grey pen to make it deeper. like that. Like in here, under that bit. And even add some grey lines to the black. Okay, and even under here. And of course, under the knuckles here, we can make that a bit darker. This lead bit's catching the light like that, maybe even along the bottom of the wand too. And also, perhaps even around the flash points here, give them a bit more weight. Like that. Okay. And more shading here, and this bit here needs a bit more. Down here. Excellent. Right, I've put a bit more shading under here, more of the black and the grey, and also I've taken out a wee bit of the whiteness of the teeth here with the grey, because they are in shadow after all, okay? And just finish off with a few bits of grey on the hair. But I think that gives you a good idea of the dynamic nature of this pose of Harry Potter, okay? Let me take a slight touch off this, the highlights here. Excellent, so I hope you enjoyed that. I hope you can join me again for another illustration tutorial. But in the meantime, of course, all the best and happy drawing!